Hi, it's Grandpa Lou again. I'm gonna try another approach to reading the quotes. I don't have my hat on there, but remember it's E3me.us is what I'm trying to get the hand signal quote, whatever going on. But it's silly, I know. But this is one of my shirts. Toleration is good for all or good for none. I'm going to do the rest of the video is going to be focused up on the reading faster quotes. And we'll see how all this works together. And again, I know I've been saying I'll get better, but I'm old. It'll take a little while, but I will get better and better. And again, no dentures, because I realize that's probably more me. It's Grandpa Lou, make America wiser and kinder. Bye-bye. Or I'll be back with the other, I'll edit it in with the other video. Hi, happy Wednesday. This is Grandpa Lou again with Make America Wiser and Kinder. And we're planning to do, I'm hoping to do that with 52 teams of 8, what I call rival wisdoms, because they're different views, but most of them are either going to be to encourage, educate, or entertain. I collected these quotes for some marketing projects I worked on 14 years ago. And then I had them, I put them on t-shirts, coffee mugs, stuff like that. Then the schools closed down because of COVID. And I developed Easy Math Wisdom, which we'll go into later, Easy Alpha Ciphers to help spelling and learning English, and then also faster reading practice. And I want to focus on the faster reading practice now, because that's the easiest way to get the seeds out and get the ideas across, the seeds we're trying to plant to grow STEM jobs. And I'll explain how the STEM jobs tie into it when we get to the Easy Math Wisdom and also the Easy Alpha Ciphers. But I want to focus on the reading faster now. I'm going to go over showing you the printed versions. We'll see that in a second. But I also want to focus on the videos that are available. Because I got a 1-minute speed reader, which is 13 1-minute videos, approximately 1-minute videos. Because I had the 52 teams. And for the 1-minute videos, it's 13 videos of 4 teams each. And then there's an 11-minute speed reader. No, there's a I've got a 3-minute speed reader. I don't have it on this print here, so I got to redo this. But there's a 3-minute speed reader, spelled the same. We're just the one is changed to a 3, and that is 4 videos of 13 teams instead of 13 teams. 13 videos of 1 minute or 4 teams. This is 4 videos of 13 teams. So that's the 3-minute speed reader. The 11-minute speed reader is just all 52 teams consecutively. Each video has its own separate music. So there's a little different feed and vibe going with each one. They're not related to the quotes that are on there. We'll go over those in a minute. But I love to, like my wife goes to bed because she hates me doing this all the time. But when she goes to bed, I turn on the 33-minute speed reader, which is also, you can find it at fasterreadingspractice.com. And that does the 13 1-minute videos plus the 4 3-minute videos plus the 11-minute videos. So it's around 33, 36 minutes altogether. But these are the initial website domains if you focus on one. But I always go to the 33-minute or fasterreadingspracticevideo.com because that gives me all of them. And I just got that running in the background. And I can look up, I like the music because I picked it out from YouTube. But you'll see, you'll get used to it, and we'll go into more detail. Again, I'm new at this, so excuse my amateurish approach, but I'm an immature senior citizen that is really on a drive, a life goal to make America wiser and kinder, especially today in light of all the MAGA stuff that's going on and the hatred and resentment and prejudices that are going on. And I really want to make people aware that we are all one people. We are all people. We need to help all people. And America is built on, immigrants is what the United States were built on, because they're not Native American, but I really want to get the reading practice out there and planting the seeds. So I'm going to move this over because this is easier for me to do than trying to do it all online. But if you're using this, I'm going to start off with this team first. There's 52 teams. What I like to do is play a game. I'll show you another time or another video. But if you're reading, let me get a pointer here. If you're reading this, if you're doing the printed version, if you do the videos that we talked about here, over here, those screens will change every 10 seconds. So when a team comes up like this, it'll change in 10 seconds to the next team. Every 10 seconds it'll move over. But this is the printed version, so you can use a timer or you can use a metronome. If you use a timer, it's every 10 seconds. If you use a metronome, it's 6 beats per minute. That's 10 seconds. And I just really want people to look at that and get in the habit of it. You can even use your microwave timer. But there's different things you can do. I do them on magnets and coffee mugs, stuff like that. But I want to focus on this. If you are reading them on the printed version, you're not going to read any of the names or dates. You're going to do just the quotes, and you're not going to read the names or dates. So what we're going to do is, if it took you 10 seconds to read this many words, then your words per minute is 102 words per minute. If you read that and that quote in 10 seconds, your reading speed is 168 words per minute. If you got this far, which is never too late, those quotes, you're at 240 words per minute, which is more the adult average or goal range, 200 to 300, 400. Generally, when you're practicing this, you may not pay attention too much to the top numbers, because almost everybody is going to get there. Unless you're learning to read, if you're a student, you're going to start. So if you're just learning the language, you can be perfectly happy with that if you're learning the language. And same here. But you want to start getting around, because you're going to go around in a rotation. And if you're doing the videos, it'll change every 10 seconds. There's different ways. On the videos, there's speed reading practice techniques, and there's also a fun reading practice if you just like reading the quotes and you do it with the music. So there's different ways. We're going to focus on the speed reading for now, because that's the main goal of this particular book, which is, I guess I should have shown it, Find Your Why in 52 Teams of 8 Rival Wisdoms, Plant Seeds of Wisdom to Grow STEM Jobs, and it's motivational education. It encourages, education entertains, so to be wiser and kinder, E3Me. And E3Me is encourage, educate, and entertain. It's motivational education, but also stands for me. And I have the .us, .do, but whatever. This is the Reading Faster Practice book. It's available on Amazon, but you can download these teams on the website for free. The motivationaleducation.com or Guide Life. Stop to Think. We got a lot of different versions, and my camera is tilting a little bit, so let me adjust that if I can. At least try to get this straighter. But again, I promise I'll get better at this. Try to get at least that straight. And what's happening here. But you get an idea. At least I'm getting an idea of what I can do and can't do. So we'll find out. I'll get better, I swear to God. But I'm going to go with the first one. So again, if you read this, if you had these 3 quotes without the names or dates in 10 seconds, your reading speed per minute is 240. 306, it depends on what you're doing. So I'm going to stop with each one. What I want to do is kind of show you that, but I also want to talk about these quotes, because that's really the seeds we're trying to plant in the psyche of our kids and grandkids. Because I developed this for my grandkids, because the schools were closed, and I'm so concerned about every time I turn on the TV, there's so much prejudice and resentment and hatred going on around the world, not just America. But we really need to plant seeds to make people wiser and kinder. So I started off with this quote: good, better, best, never let it rest. Your good is better and your better is best. There's actually multiple reasons. I've actually repeated that quote 8 times on the first 8 teams, one on each of the first 8 teams, because that has a special meaning to me, and there's actually part of a contest explaining why that has a special meaning to me. But also it has a special meaning with this, because it's the essence of it is good, better, best, never let it rest. Your good is better and your better is best. It's practice makes perfect. And if you want to improve your speed reading or your reading speeds, practice makes perfect. If you want to improve your math skills and confidence, practice makes perfect. If you want to learn to spell, everything's going to be practice makes perfect. So that's really kind of an appropriate one to start this off. Like I said, I do repeat it on the first 8 teams. We'll touch on them. But we'll go into that, and there's a lot of different ones. Like I said, there's 400 and there's 217, well, there's 416 quotes that we'll go over. Obviously not all today. I'm just going to focus on the first team today just to get a feel for this, and we'll see what happens. But that was St. Jerome. And so you know what that is. The second quote is by Booker T. Washington. He was an American educator, orator, advisor to multiple presidents of the United States. He was a leader of the African American community. And his quote, he's actually got several quotes of his in here. This is one I liked so much I had to make it number 2 after Good, Better, Best. But if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. And the reason why that's important, that's kind of the difference between this and some of the hatred and people that are the MAGA types. I may as well be honest. I'm a believer of community and affinity and helping people improve themselves. It appears more the MAGA types, they had some of those feelings too, naturally. That's human nature. But they want to do it to the exclusion sometimes, it appears, of others. Because their skin is different, their language is different, their economic level is different, their location is different, a variety of reasons. And they may be totally justified in their mind, but it's not right. It's not what society, and it's not what America was based on, because it was based on, we came in and unfortunately we took over the land, but we were seeking freedom. And people coming to America now are seeking freedom too. So we have freedoms, we should welcome them aboard, and train them and send them out in the world. Let's add, I'm getting all messed up, so I'm definitely going to erase this, but I'm going to look at it anyway. But if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. So it's really helping, it's the crux of what we're talking about here. You're helping people better themselves. And that's what America is all about, bettering society. And so that I firmly believe if you help other people, that'll help you psychically because you're helping other people. And if your help helps them move forward, hopefully they'll pass that on because they'll appreciate what you did for them. They'll share the same compassion and support for others. And that if we were all doing that, we wouldn't have half of the problems we have today. My next quote is by George Eliot, who is actually, it's a woman. Back in the 1800s, I don't know if she wrote under that name because it was more, well, we know why. It's 100 years ago. But it's never too late to be what you might have been. So you can't say, I'm 68 years old, or I will be this month. And for most people, that's a wind down time. And I am kind of winding down because I'm not working 9 to 5s anymore. I'm retired. But this is a goal, a mission that I have. And I don't think it's too late for me to pursue that mission because society needs it. Another one that I like, quote number 4 on this team by Lao Tzu, who is a Chinese a scholar, writer, philosophical founder. And in fact, we got the details on everybody already. That's why I'm reading them. But so I may skip that for now, just so you'll know where to get them. And you can get all the details in this book if you go to 52 Teams of 8. It's there, plus links to all the individual quotes. Or if you go to 52 of 8, that'll take you to a 52-page PDF that'll have all 52 teams, and it'll also have samples of the Easy Math Wisdom and of the Cipher Wisdoms. But he who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Because some people are constantly driven, and that's so true, because some people are driven by, I want more, more. There's even commercials about that, joke about it. But really, if you've got enough, if you've got a bed, if you got food, you're not worried about bandits or thieves or whatever. If you've got enough, you don't really need more. You may want more, and we all do. I mean, I do. I want more than what I have, but I'm not going to discriminate so someone else can't have it. It's not a case of if I can't have it, you can't have it. So I've got enough to get by. Some people need help. I can't afford to financially support them, but I'm actually doing some of that with this because we're offering percentages of all the sales of the products we sell. These are all free. But I'm really clumsy at this, so I'll get better at it. The next one is by Benjamin Franklin. We all know him, or most of us know him. Write your injuries in dust, your benefits in marble. What I like about this quote is that we all can take offense at a lot of different things. And those are the injuries we're talking about. Someone says something or does something or didn't say something or do something. So you feel left out or discriminated against or whatever. But that's passing because we don't know what's going on in their head. They may not have been doing it to be mean. But if you're hurt, don't hold a grudge forever. But if they've done good things, if you've done good things, you're aware of it, and if other people are aware of it, the benefits you have to society, that's what you want to build on. That's what you can build something on. That's why it's write your benefits in marble, because those are the good things that you want to continue doing. So be steadfast with that. If it's something you're not good at, like your injuries, because you're not a good speller, reader, whatever the case may be, don't worry about that. Those things can pass. Focus on your benefits. Another great quote, which is number 6 in this team, is by Joseph Joubert, who was a French neuralist essayist, remembered largely for his collection of comments on theology and philosophy. But I like this quote: "Its genius begins great works, labor alone finishes them." And that is so very true, because I've had a million ideas over my decades. I'm not saying I'm genius, but they're ideas, and that's what genius is to me. But I haven't followed through on them all because I've been busy with, jobs, 9-to-5s, kids, grandkids, cancer issues, health issues, all these different things. But labor alone is what finishes them. And I've dropped the ball on a lot of things, but now that I'm so old and I don't have the same diversions I had before when I was trying to make a living, I'm focusing, and I'm going to put in the labor now. And I'm hoping some of you will share in that labor, because many hands share the toil. And that'll be one of the quotes we'll come across later. The next quote is by Oscar Wilde, who was an Irish poet and playwright, became one of the most popular playwrights in London. This quote I like: "Experience is one thing you can't get for nothing." Because it's related to this other quote. You get experience by doing things. And by doing things, it takes effort. It takes time. Sometimes it may take money, depends what you're talking about. But to get that experience, you have to do something. I didn't finish a lot of my projects, these marketing things that I've been doing for 14 years or collecting, because I just didn't follow through on them. So you really got to put forth the effort. Another one that ties in with this motivation and movement here is by Confucius, who was a Chinese politician and philosopher, and he emphasized personal and government morality, correctness of social relationships, justice, kindness, and sincerity. Everybody knows his name, or a lot of people do. But I like this quote because it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. And the reason why that's important is, it's like this quote here. It's never too late. Keep going. We're all going to stumble and trip ourselves up. We're not going to meet our goals. We're not going to do this or that. I'm living proof of that. Because we'll talk about the secret success formula to success that I wrote 25 years ago. But this will be something that it's important. You got to keep going, and that's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to stop now because this film is now 17 minutes. So I'm going to stop it, see if I can edit it, clean it up, and maybe do a better job next time. But as you can see, we've got a lot of quotes, a lot of teams. Everybody is going to have a quote that touches their heart on these. They're going to find something that makes a difference to them. It may be something that they heard or read decades ago, but now it reminds them. It's a great reminder. It may be something that they've never heard before, but they love it so much it becomes their motto. If you go to that 52teamsof8.com, you'll see, gotamotto.com, getamotto.com, and that's talking about using these quotes and putting them on different products so that you can share those. But it's important. Everybody's going to have one on here, and I may have a contest where, because this is, even though it says Antique Wisdoms, because I've registered that domain, antiquewisdoms.com. Really, I'm going to redo these because it'll say Rival Wisdom, still team whatever. It's still 50 teams of 8, help make humanity great. But really do it as Rival Wisdoms. Because really all these ideas, they're all different seeds. They're all hoping to take ground and take seed with you to share. Because sharing these ideas of wisdom is what has made humanity great. And so it's important to do that. Eventually what I want to do is maybe do a contest or a challenge where you just kind of thumb through either the scroll through the 52 of 8 or even through one of these books or downloads, but have a contest where you're competing with someone. You just pick a team at random, and from that team find a quote that you think is wise, and then one that you find that is kind, wiser and kinder, because that's kind of our goal, make America wiser and kinder. find one of each on each team, and then talk about it with people and compete. You know, because my view, what I think is wisest, like on this one, I have to put some thought into it, but they're all good. You have to go through each one because all of them are wise, you know, really. But some of them are kinder than others. Some of them are wise guyish, because I am a wise guy. I joke a lot. I've got a whole section for sarcastic quotes, which are just these entertaining quotes. These are the entertaining quotes. He's not only dull himself, but the cause of dullness in others. I just think it's funny. It's not something you necessarily try to instill in a kid's mind, but it's something that they may appreciate too if you can explain it to them. But leaping that will appear, that's talking about, you know, having the guts to move forward. We all admire the wisdom of people who come to us for advice, which is true. Reading into the mind is exercise for the body, which is, I mean, these are all wise, and I'm not doing a fair job on this, so I'm going to stop it now, and I'll play with it later.